I'll never forget that morning. I was 11, and it was cold. And I woke up, and I walked out into the family room, and it was Christmas. There was gifts all under the tree. And I remember going into my parents' room and waking them up, and I was so excited because I'd been waiting for this moment since last year. And it's one of those moments as children we all get excited for. We all get excited to find out what we got, to find out what we're giving, and to find out what's going to be in the present. And so I opened all my presents, and I had Legos, and I had baseball stuff. And then there was this present. And I could have sworn it was something fun. I could have sworn it was a toy. I could have sworn it was Legos. But it was a book. And to an 11-year-old, opening up a book is like opening up pajamas, right? But over the course of the next couple years, this book changed the way that I thought about things. It changed how I thought about questions. It changed my curiosity. It changed my perception of what I was going to do. And this book was the big book of Tell Me Why. Has anyone heard of this book? All right. So growing up, I was a pistol whip. I drove my parents crazy. I was the kid that was asking question after question after question, wanting to know why things were the way they were. I was the kid that was wanting to know why the sky was blue, but not just because it was blue. I wanted to know why it was blue. And for the better part of 2 years, this book really explained everything. But come to find out, the average 5-year-old asks 400 questions a day. We are born scientists. We are born with the innate wondering of why things exist. We are born curious to learn more. We are born wanting to know why things are the way they are. And not unfortunately, now I understand it firsthand. I'm a dad, and I have 2 amazing little kids, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old who ask me questions every day. And now I know firsthand what it's like to answer them, to feed their wisdom, to feed their brain, to fuel their curiosity to learn more. And as a parent, that is one of the best rewards we can ever get. The unfortunate thing, though, is too many kids get because as an answer. And the word because is the greatest killer of curiosity that we can ever experience as a humankind. All too often, kids ask questions. We as humans want to know why things are the way they are. Earlier today, Chris stood up here and talked about how energy is going to change the way that we all live. The way that when we hit a light switch, lights come on. But we hear because I said so. We hear because that's how it happens. That's how it's made. And Chris's curiosity solved the problem that he was trying to seek himself. And all too many of us look at things, see problems, see challenges, and oftentimes we're given these answers because it's magic, because that's how things always happened. We look at our government systems, we look at education, because that's how it's always been. But the worst thing is, too many children and kids and adults these days are told because you can't. Because you can't, because you never will. What happens then? We saw a video of the little boy, Richard. What if his village said, you can't? We're in the sub-Sahara of Africa. You can't put lights out to scare the lions away. What would have happened? But he did. I want to talk about breaking the because. Last year, I left corporate America, if you will, to change this. I got tired of seeing people leaving Phoenix because we didn't have the opportunities that existed here to create a better community and a better culture for the next generation of Phoenix. I spent over 3 years recruiting businesses from other markets into Phoenix in hope of generating new jobs, when in fact we were losing the greatest entrepreneurs, the greatest innovators that would come out of HeatSink, the greatest creators, to other markets like San Francisco, Raleigh, New York, and Boston, when in fact we have some of the best talent right here in Arizona. So I left, and I started an organization called SeedSpot. Every single one of us has a seed. We have that burning curiosity to change how something currently happens. But where do you go to create that change? Where do you go to create that company, that product that's going to change Phoenix, or furthermore is going to change Arizona? And that's what we set out to do. In October, we took in our first class of entrepreneurs at SeedSpot, 16 into our full-time program and over 40 in an evening program, that all were generating companies, building companies that were creating positive impact in our community. Companies that were fighting malnutrition in Africa. Companies that were helping highly functioning autistic adults become employed. Companies that were helping the underbanked and underprivileged grow their credit, build their credit, and access traditional credit lines like most of us can here in this room today. We set out to create the next generation of Phoenix that's going to lead us into the future. We want to create and launch businesses that have impact, that have meaning. We want to create businesses that tell the because in our life, that tell the people that tell us because you can't and because you never will. We want to prove them wrong. We want to solve those problems nationally, because we will. We want to bring the community together to create this change for Phoenix, and we can't do this alone. Many of you have the future in front of you. Many of you have that burning desire inside to make Phoenix your home and create it not just for you, but for generations to come. Create businesses that you want to go work that are developing the next technologies, the next products, and furthermore, the next cultures, so younger generations have a place to call home that challenges them every day and furthermore piques their curiosity. I want to leave you with 3 things. Never take because as an answer. When you are looking at problems and when you're seeing things in a different way that others may not see, and when you ask questions, demand an answer that gets you further ahead, that lets you take that step in the right direction to solve that problem. Whether you're creating an air cannon or whether you're creating the next app on your phone, get the answer that you need that's going to help you solve your problem. Furthermore, explore your inner curiosity. It's the curiosity that's going to take you to your answer. We've all been told to follow our passions, but it's our curiosities that define our passions. And once you know what your curiosities are, follow them. Never leave that journey. Never let it stray you away. Lastly, never, ever stop creating. If you stop creating, you stop being. And when you stop being, what are you doing? You're stopped. I leave you this because if we don't change the way that we are today, who will? If we keep letting people answer our questions and answer our problems with because, what are we going to do? How are we going to lead our generations into the future? And how is my generation going to create a better environment for you all here today? Thank you so much for being here today.